Segment 4 is funding priorities. Here is the BRE-SPAD NOFO, the Notice of Funding Opportunity, and I want to show you this to point to where you can read about the program considerations, which includes the funding priorities. Sometimes when we have documents like this, here in section 1, there's background, and I think it's easy to assume sometimes that this is information that you don't necessarily have to read, only if you were interested in learning about the background. But it is really important to read the entire funding opportunity, including section 1, because it does tell you some important information about the program. So here's the program considerations. I've discussed these earlier, but please read them. And I want to scroll now a little bit further into section 1 to point out a few items. We encourage multiple organizations to partner. It is not a requirement, but we have some examples of ways that organizations could potentially partner. We also explain here that we expect a team of individuals who will promote lasting change at the participating organization or organizations. And that explains why when we talked earlier in this video about the steering committee and the PDPIs, the program directors or principal investigators, that there are requirements to have organizational leaders, administrators, and so on. If I go down here, you'll see that the award can be renewed for a maximum of up to 10 years of funding, but this is not a guarantee, so please do not have that expectation. And here are BRE-SPAD funding priorities that we describe. What this means is that even if an application reviews well, does very well in review, these applications would still be a low funding priority, which means they are not likely to be funded even if they review well, if the first one, if it fails to demonstrate that there will be sufficient faculty or staff time for research, mentoring of student researchers, grant writing, or student activities. And this is described in one of the sections of the research strategy. And the second one is if the application proposes to fund ongoing activities that are currently supported through organizational funds. BRE-SPAD is intended to build capacity that would not be possible without these funds, not to free up organizational funds. That concludes this segment of the video.